Robert is the realtor next door who I've known, and he did the transaction of the purchase of my current home from my friend Jeff, who lived here. And I guess that makes it a total of about 6 years that I've known him. He's the nicest person in the world. I mean, such a good guy. He'd mow my grass. He seemed like a man who just lives to take care of his family. You know, he's just all around, you know, a really good dude. He's well trusted, and I mean, absolutely trusted. He's the last person in the entire world I would have ever thought would do something like this, ever. I knew he had rented his real estate office out of Together Auto Repair and Sales, and I knew he flipped vehicles, and he had done it with the person who lived in my house before. They had done it in the past. I said, so Jeff, the one who I knew did this, I said, is that what he did? Was he just an investor in these cars and you flipped him and gave him the money back? He said, yeah. I said, so I'd be your new Jeff. And he said, yeah. That was the biggest trust in it. Plus he lives next door. So he took the money November 15th, which means it should have been returned beginning of December. The 14-day turnaround hit. Robert continuing to tell me that, yes, the vehicles were purchased from Mannheim, Dallas. Yes, they were held up with Westlake Financial. You know, I then called Westlake Financial, who actually looked up those VINs. They told me they were never, ever, you know, put in any loans for that or applications. Then I called Mannheim, their corporate line, and asked them to run the VINs and see if those vehicles were ever at their auctions facility, and they verified no, they were not. So at that point, I knew he had lied to me and stolen my money. On the Nextdoor app, I just said, does anybody know this man? I believe he's done this to other people. This is what happened to me, and I cannot get help from the police. And it hit 250 comments within 5 days. In that time, I had 7 messages private. They were people who worked for Mannheim. They were the soccer moms. He's a soccer coach for Little League. The mothers that knew him from that, they messaged me asking more, said that some of the parents were approached by him asking for money. The amazing thing is that within that first 48 hours, 2 people reached out to me and said he did it to me too. The first one was a man he had taken for over $400,000. And another one was Sheila from 2019. She told me that she went to 4 precincts in 2019 with her lawyer and they did nothing. And that broke my heart. It's a very hard line with criminal versus civil. You have to prove intent to deceive. Behind a contract, you have to prove that they had no intention to do anything with your money that they said they would. And it is exhausting, you know. Financially, it's awful, but I am a strong woman and I will make that money back. I will make it back and I'm gonna be okay. I'll fight for that. I know I can. But emotionally, this is the worst thing I've ever been through. This has been the hardest thing for me to ever accept. And to realize how many people are going through the same thing, and to imagine how many incident reports were put in with the Fort Worth Police Department and they did nothing. You know, you're humiliated, but then you try to pursue it legally on the criminal end, and it's even more humiliating. You just feel like a joke, you know? At that point, I just never ever wanted anybody to feel the way I do again.